Hey guys, welcome back to the Nets, a place where we talk about unbiased views, updates, predictions, and transfer news. So, for today's topic, what do we have? We have yesterday's game when Mumbai played Delhi, and the transfer news, the transfer update, whatever you call it. So, that's been introduced for the first time this IPL season. So, let's talk.
Hello, Arsh. Thank you. So, MI versus DC. It was predominantly a game that would have been decided by MI's bowling versus DC's batting. Considering DC's bowling lineup is not as consistent or as good as MI's is, but the result was there to see. I think Delhi missed Pant for sure. I hope he gets well. I think he's been sidelined for a week at least. Had a side strain. So, what was your take on the game?
Well, batting wise, Quinton de Kock, QDC played whatever he had to. What a brilliant knock he played, along with Surya Kumar and Ishan Kishan. So these three actually made the difference for yesterday's game. And relatively, the bowling lineup was not that great. A lot was dependent on Ashwin and Stoinis, but they couldn't do much because you have a quality batting lineup with Mumbai. So even after Rohit failed, it was a chance that they could have capitalized, but Surya Kumar handled it really well. So a brilliant knock by him. So it's good to see someone stepping up when the top order somehow manages something, but then they have in it to finish the game. Apart from that, one thing was Hardik Pandya's batting when it didn't look what was he doing there. It's just I don't know, third ball facing, and when you want, I just don't know. I'm clueless about Hardik Pandya and what is he even trying to do. But yeah, what
I I would say he was having an off day. I mean, before jumping to Mumbai, I would say that one of the highlights that stood out for me is Shikhar Dhawan.
I missed that out.
I expect a batsman of international caliber who has represented India in over 100 games, at least in all formats, has has stood there for 52 odd balls and ends up having a strike rate of 108, 110. That for me is not acceptable. And I think that was the reason why Delhi couldn't really accelerate in the end. I think they were like 20 or 30 runs short
20,
and stopped needless run out. So, Pant not being there, Shreyas Iyer tried his best, but Dhawan sticking till the end and still managing just 60 odd in almost 10 overs that he plays is not acceptable. I do not see Dhawan representing India in the World Cup, in the T20 World Cup at least.
there's no chance because players who are playing, say, take Mayank Agarwal, take a lot of other players. We have discussed this in our previous videos, but these guys have a strike rate of more than 130, 140 plus. So that's tremendous, and you're competing with the young guns. So if Rohit Sharma, you are not replacing Rohit Sharma for sure in the international circuit, right? So if you have to match that caliber, you have to play your guns right.
Right. And I think players who are ahead in the pecking order right now, ahead of Shikhar Dhawan, I would definitely say Prithvi Shaw, Mayank Agarwal, KL Rahul. These three. I don't know where KL Rahul fits in into a T20 format. Does Kohli push him down the order or does he keep him up the order? We don't know. Because number 4 has to be Shreyas Iyer. I do not see how anybody replaces Shreyas Iyer at this time, especially when the World Cup is in Mumbai, is in India.
True, true. So yeah, and apart from that, do you have any takes on Delhi's bowling?
Delhi's bowling way too focused on Rabada. And the fun thing is, Rabada historically has been good to left-handers, not really as good to right-handers. So that was again, the fact that Mumbai tried to keep the left-hand, right-hand combination going from start till the end. That didn't help, but it was pretty evident that you take Rabada out of the equation, and Delhi does not really have bowlers who can. They have Ashwin who can stop you, but they don't really have bowlers who can, control your runs.
They
I
they
mean, get wicket.
they missed Amit Mishra for yesterday's game. They When Amit Mishra is not playing in the Delhi Capital team, it feels like they're as always a bowler short. So yeah,
So it's funny that all these injuries are creeping up for Delhi, because today there was another news that Ishan Sharma is out, ruled out of IPL. He had an injury, his abs, he pulled a muscle in his abs, and that will rule him out. He's flying back and getting ready for the Australian tour. So that's something that, which brings us to the next topic, which is transfers. We'll get there, but coming back to Mumbai's bowling, Rohit failed, De Kock stepped in. And, again, I keep insisting this is what big teams do, right? They play as a team. One player fails, the other one steps in. So, what is that one thing that you do not feel so sure about with this Mumbai lineup?
I somehow don't feel. I feel you need a bowler extra in the team when things are not. This is also because things are going right in the bowling lineup. Things are going right. When things don't go right, uh, you need one more bowler to control the show. For example, when like you said, when the batting order collapses, there's someone to take charge. When there's a day when Bumrah doesn't shine or Trent doesn't shine, there's a Pattinson. But what if all the three fail? You need a backup. That's when Pollard comes in. But I would say someone who can take in 2-3 overs out in the middle and then just ease the pressure. We really need a spinner there so that it becomes more easier for Krunal Pandya also. And with Dubai now, with the UAE now, the tracks will become a little slower. There'll be a little more spin. So I think that should be a major concern. We should give that with uh, Roy. What's his first name?
Anukul Roy.
Anukul Roy,
Anukul Roy.
and let's see how he performs. So just to see before we make it to the actual playoffs, we should try him out once. Is what I feel.
I would agree. One of my concerns with Mumbai has been in two games now, we have seen that both Ishan Kishan and Surya Kumar Yadav, they have done exceptional, but they haven't been able to finish the games. Like yesterday, Surya Kumar Yadav's shot yesterday was needless. If he had stood there, he could have finished the game by 17th or 18th over. It wouldn't have gone that deep down. Even Ishan Kishan, we saw him chasing a few balls outside, and then all of a sudden he tried to go over a big hoy, and it was needless. So that is something that I would say that Rahul Dravid or someone has to make them understand that, hey, it's not over till your last ball is bowled.
I really feel that's the difference between. I think that's the thing that is lacking for Surya Kumar is the way he's not finishing his games. So that's just loud thinking, saying that if for the Indian team you need a person who can finish as not if not as well as Dhoni, but you should be able to finish the game. So that is what is lacking. I think he should strongly focus on that.
So coming to the next part, which is transfers, who do you think should Mumbai invest in, if there is a chance that, let's go over all the teams. Let's start with Mumbai. Who do you think should Mumbai invest in should the second half of the season begin?
Do you want to take this another? Do you want to do another video about this?
We can, let's do another video on all the other teams just for Mumbai. What do you think should Mumbai invest in?
Uh, why don't you start? I'll just pick it up from wherever.
For me, I think home talent with spinning abilities would help, and that may be more for replacing someone. I mean, a bowler or someone in the lower middle order. Somebody who can bowl and bat would be ideal, but then now at this stage, there will be a massive shortage. So I would personally say that having a spinner who can probably get us wickets. Shahar for me can block runs, but I have not seen him take wickets in the middle order as frequently as we would like. So having one of those, but I do not see that the core changing. Like Hardik and Krunal are not going anywhere. Neither is Ishan Kishan. They have made their stamp. So the middle order is set. It's just the lack of wickets. If the wickets do get slower, we need somebody who can pitch in, 2 overs at least here and there, just to stop runs and probably get a one-off wicket. Even a slow medium pacer is good enough, but I think that we should probably invest in somebody.
Yeah, totally agree with you. The batting lineup's not changing. The top six, they're not going anywhere until and unless there's something Ishan Kishan has to sit when Saurabh Tiwari comes in. Apart from that, I don't think that's going anywhere. About going out, I think there'll be a lot of buyers for Saurabh Tiwari this season. There can be Chennai Super Kings who can pitch in for Saurabh Tiwari. There can
I
be.
would. Mhm.
I can't see you.
Okay, some error, but okay. Saurabh Tiwari and
Tiwari moving to Chennai because of the way Chennai is batting. There can be Ajinkya Rane who can move to Chennai. Those are two good options for Chennai to start off with. Whereas people are going out. So
and yeah, you're right. I was more focused on what Mumbai, or what are there any specific players that maybe Mumbai could invest in, but I think one replacement that we may make eventually, if it comes to that, maybe Pattinson could make way for either Lynn, just because Lynn can bowl a few medium pacers. But Pattinson, again, I don't see Rohit changing a team that is currently doing so well. So just because we have to bring in a spinner, I don't think we. I mean, we have the quality lineup.
I've never
Bumrah has a off day.
seen Glenn Ball. Are you sure that he's? I've never seen.
He can bowls medium pace. He's not that good. It's just the fact that that's the only flexibility that we can manage to make in this team. Otherwise, I think even Pattinson, I don't see him going. Quite honestly, he is a quality bowler and he's actually doing what is needed of him. He comes in, stops runs, or gets wickets up there. So I think he's. It
Proper
seems like
bowler,
more
right?
settled.
Proper Australian bowler comes in, hits the deck hard.
Right. Absolutely.
Yeah.
So, oh well,
So
that's all that I for today.
yeah.
All right. So, guys, this is all that we had for today's episode. If you like it, please do hit the like button, hit the subscribe button. If you like it, please do everybody know. If you don't like it, let us know. Leave your comments, leave your feedback. We will be glad to improvise on the content. Thank you, and we will talk shortly. Thank
Bye.
you.